Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about You Are the Solution. I launched this book in 2007 and I have a rider on it. The rider says going to school is not the solution. Last week's video was on creative goal setting, and I did promise that because I actually mentioned the book, I spoke about the book, and I did promise I was going to talk about the reason why I said going to school is not the solution. I started writing this book the day I dropped my pen after writing my last paper in the school. That was in the Polytechnic, after writing my last paper. When I got home, I was looking at my life, 6 years, because I did part-time. I was looking at my life, I was looking at 6 years in the Polytechnic. I was like, so what next? What have I gained? What have I benefited? And I came to that conclusion that going to school is not the solution. Now, I went to school to study business administration, but after 6 years, I couldn't quantify what I have benefited to be able to start a business. I could not start a business with what I have learned in the school, and I studied business administration. So I was going through that frustration. Why? On one hand, while I was going to school, I was reading a particular magazine called Success Digest by Dr. Sonny Obazo Jagbase. And I was learning so much from the magazine. I was going for training, different training on businesses. I was learning. But in the school where I have gone to pay school fees to learn business administration, I didn't learn how to run a business of my own. Maybe I had a misconception about my course. I thought I was going to learn how to manage a business of my own, but I learned nothing. I didn't just enjoy what I learned. Even our project, writing project, even the way the lecturers were doing, you have to satisfy your lecturer by buying handouts compulsorily, things that happen in the educational system that shouldn't be happening. Years later, I was thinking about how it could have been better. And I was saying, okay, the lecturers that taught me, they were not business people. Or should I say what they were doing was business? Writing handouts and forcing it on students. Even the handouts, most of the handouts were being copied. They just copy, things from the internet and say this is handout. Wouldn't it have been better if they bring in business owners to come and talk to us? Maybe the schools do workshop and business owner comes to talk to us. Now, years after I've graduated, I had my husband's nephew living with me, and he got admission to study entrepreneurship. And when each time he comes back home, I'll be expecting him to tell me about maybe business plan, maybe businesses they taught them. I remember once he told me he wants to go and do his IT or something. I was like, are you going to do a regular IT, or you're going to serve with an entrepreneur? I don't know. I'm just imagining what they were teaching them. I was just imagining. And he was supposed to be studying entrepreneurship. That guy is supposed to graduate and just start a business of his own, because that's what I have in my brain as entrepreneurship course. You're supposed to just graduate and start your own business. But today he's working somewhere and he studied entrepreneurship. So for me, I got all this disappointment in the school. I got it. I was so disappointed. So I came to the conclusion that I am the solution to what I want in life. I've always known I want to run my own business. So for me to be able to do that, I have to go work on myself. So it's not the school now. The school is not the solution to what I want, because I didn't really get what I wanted. And even those who got it, perhaps you went to study medicine. At the end of that 6 years or how many years you spent in school, you still have to work on yourself. So what I discovered is our parents, they are not the solution, because someone like me, I lost my dad when I finished secondary school. So I had to turn to my mom for feeding and all that. But fortunately for me, I was actually working. I've always been working since immediately I finished secondary school. My dad got me a job in the civil service, and 4 years after that, I resigned, and I've been struggling on my own, doing one business or the other to just, to be able to live life well. But even those who had their parents helping them through school, even when you finish from the school, you still have to work on yourself. You are the solution. Your parents can be your solution. The education system is not the solution. Our society is not the solution. For those of you who have brothers that are wealthy and rich, and you're saying, my brother's wife is the reason why I'm like this, my brother's wife didn't allow me. Your brother is not your solution. Your aunt is not your solution. I remember also while I was in the Polytechnic, I met my husband, the person I'm married to today. I met him while I was in the Polytechnic, and I was always blaming my elder brother that he wasn't paying my school fees. I was always having that bitter feeling that my elder brother is not helping me. Then one day I was complaining, lamenting as usual to my husband, and my husband told me, it was my boyfriend then, he told me then that, look, your brother is not responsible to send you to school. The only people who have the responsibility, if you want to blame anyone, are your parents. The only people who have the responsibility to send you to school are your parents. Your brother, your elder brother, or your elder sister is not responsible to pay your school fees. And that, it dawned on me. It dawned on me. And since that time, I let off that bitterness. I let off that bitterness. Today, my elder brother is dead, and I have his son living with me, and I'm sending his son to school. I'm helping his son through school, taking care of everything about his school. He's in the higher institution now. We're paying for everything. My husband and I, we're doing everything for his son. I'm so grateful to my husband that I'm able to let that steam go, that bitterness go. If not, I'm wondering if I'll be able to have his son living with me and me sponsoring his son to the school, because I'll still be feeling bad that your father didn't help me. But man, I don't have that. Nothing like that. My brother, my sister is not responsible to send me to school, so I'm responsible for my life. So it's good to go to school, don't get me wrong, so that you won't say, a lot have said we should not go to school. No, it's good. What do school do for us? What do school do for us? Not educational, because education is something you do throughout life. What does school do for you? It exposes you. At least it helps you to be able to read and write. I have a daughter now. Would I want my daughter not to go to school? No. I want my daughter to be able to read and write. I want my daughter to go to school. I want my daughter to do well in school. But I'm teaching my daughter right from now responsibility, knowing that you are the solution. It's not the school that will solve all your problems, because many times you see people graduate with first class and they just think they will get a job. You don't find that is what you learn, what we learned in the school most times is not even serving us. Today, the other day, I saw someone who said, I wish someone that told me about network marketing instead of telling me about A plus X or X minus Y or Z, all those simultaneous equations that we did in school that we are not using today. But perhaps some people are using it, maybe those who did geography or those who did computer science, maybe they are using it. But for me, I'm not using those things right now. So, but education is good. Going to school is good, but it's not the solution. You, a person, you're the solution. What is really the solution? The solution is what you have done with your life after your 4 years in the university. We've seen people who graduated 4 years after their 4 years in university, and they never added any other value to themselves. Especially those who just go to work in the civil service. Sometimes I used to work in the civil service, so they will even sponsor some of them for a course, and they won't sit in the course. Somebody is sponsoring you, the government is sponsoring for a course, and some of them would just prefer to be outside and be gisting instead of enjoying their course. Even when now that I've become a trainer, sometimes I go train, some of these people, and you just see their attitude towards training, and we're just like, but then when they retire, it's not done on them that, oh, this is things I should have learned that would have been helping me. So whether you're a civil servant, whether you're working in the private firm, you must know that you need to add value to yourself. Education is for life. You may go to school, and after 4 years or 8 years or whatever years, it doesn't end there. That's not the solution. The solution is yourself. The solution is the value that you have given to yourself. The solution is how much you're learning continuously, because you have to know that learning never ends. The day we stop learning is the day you start dying. Today, the internet has made the world easier because, I read a lot. I am someone who I used to read. I read far more than what I do these days. I'm trying to go back to reading. I read a lot, but these days, I watch YouTube because I'm learning so much from YouTube. There's so much to learn from YouTube. YouTube is just like another school. YouTube is good if you want to improve yourself. The only thing is that, of course, your data. If you're in Nigeria where data is running like only God knows what is wrong with our network people. What they are doing with data, I don't understand. So the only thing is that your data, you'll be ready to invest in data. But then, just like those days where I buy books a lot, books are also very expensive. So today I watch a lot of videos on YouTube, a lot of things to learn your YouTube. We have very wonderful YouTube channel where you learn so much. If you want to learn about business, anything you want to learn about anything, agriculture, parenting, anything you want to learn, just go on YouTube. There's a lot to learn on YouTube today. So I hope you have learned something from today's video. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe on this channel. Click the notification button so that by next Thursday you'll be informed once I post the video. Remember, you can catch me on my blog, loveoladele.net, and on my Instagram at loveoladele official. See you.